What's up, guys? My name's Alex, and I am a calisthenics coach. Alright guys, welcome to my first video. I'm going to be answering your questions from my Instagram story that I uploaded a couple days ago. Yeah, let's get right to it. I don't know how often I'll be doing these. Expect at least 2 a month. So keep your questions coming, please. I highly appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you enjoy the content. Let me know if these were helpful. Let's get to it. What is the hardest part of calisthenics? Yeah, I would say the hardest part is the recovery part, because it sucks. You can't, once you like the sport, you don't want to stop. So for me, it's the recovery, not, like, I don't want to sleep. I just want to do calisthenics. Next question. This one's in Spanish, so bear with me. I'm going to try to answer it in both languages. ¿Cómo puedo iniciar a hacer calistenia? Esta pregunta es muy difícil para contestar porque todo depende de la persona. La respuesta no es igual para todos. Por ejemplo, para mí, cuando yo empecé calistenia, yo empecé con 10 lagartijas y 3 pull-ups. Pero hay personas que empiezan con 0 y 0, o empiezan con 20 y 10, o lo que sea. ¿Okay? Entonces, como tú deberías empezar depende de dónde tú estés en ese tiempo. And now I'm going to say in English. This basically, the question is asking, how can I start calisthenics? And the answer is simple. There's no correct one answer for everybody. It all depends on where you are, where your strength is at. For example, like when I started doing calisthenics, I started with 10 push-ups and like 3 or so pull-ups. That already put me at a different starting position than somebody else. Someone who's going to start at 0 push-ups is going to have to do a different workout than somebody who starts at 10 push-ups. If you need help figuring out how to start, please let me know in the comments and I'll reach out to you. Okay, please don't hesitate. Third question. 3 or so beginner at-home stretches or exercises that you recommend. This one's a little bit easier to answer compared to the last question, but it all still kind of depends on where you are strength-wise. General answer, I would suggest doing these workouts that I call pike to plank holds. I don't really know the correct, I forget what the right name for them was, but yeah, you just go from pike position to push up, to plank hold, to pike to plank hold, and that's basically like a great way to start working on your core, on your shoulders, your chest, your back, even some leg, and the marine core. That's like the first one I would recommend, pike to plank. Second one is I would do dead hangs. So get a bar if you don't have one, or go to a park and just grab on like you're about to do a pull-up, but just hang. Don't do anything. Just work on holding as long as possible. After that, keep going. Time yourself. Go longer and longer. Yeah, dead hangs are great. Third exercise, I would say do squats. You can't neglect those. They're boring, but you have to do them. It's gonna suck, but you won't regret it. You're gonna squats. Just do the squats. Fourth, I want to add another one is do incline push-ups. So find like a surface that's kind of high like this, and lean onto it at a 45-degree angle, and do push-ups like that, and then find the lower surface after that once that gets too easy, and until you work your way down to the floor and do a regular push-up. So yeah, those are the 4 exercises the 4 exercises I recommend to start at home. You can do them anywhere with anything. Do them on tables, on chairs. If you can do a full squat, like a regular squat, just sit on a chair and slowly and then get back up. Sit on a chair and then get back up, and Just do a bunch of sit down and stand ups like that. Hi, baby. What's up? Next question. Are you still vegan? No, I am not still vegan because I'm gonna do a side video explaining why I switched from vegan to, or why I went from carnivore to vegan. Okay, scratch that. I went from eating whatever the hell I wanted to eat, being a fatty, to a vegan, losing weight on the vegan diet, and now in 2025, I started eating gluten-free and like keto carnivore diet, but with some vegan stuff. But I'm not gonna go too deep into it. I'm gonna make a whole nother video for it and explaining why more detail. Next question. Am I too big to start? No, you're not too big to start. There's this guy on Instagram that I follow. He's super cool. He's like, I don't know, he's a big dude, okay? But he does it, man. He puts in the work, and I don't know why he's not. I don't know what I don't know what his goals are, but he can do stuff like pretty crazy moves for a big guy, you know? So yeah, no, you're not too big to start. You can, if anything, if you're too big, you should start. Just start hiking, start eating better and drinking less, and you'll see, and it'll just all become easier in the end. Next question. Where are you going? You want to come here? All right. When you do calisthenics, do you ever feel like your own body weight ever gets too easy? How do you challenge yourself? Yes, I feel like, yeah, obviously after a certain time, push-ups got way too easy, you know, pull-ups got way too easy. Just, I got myself a weighted vest. I started implementing machine workouts at the gym too, so in order to grow bigger. So when it comes to calisthenics skills, or exercises, I challenge myself kind of like skateboarding. I treat it like a sport. So I'll focus on a trick, like, you know, like a one-handed, one-arm handstand, or a planche, right? I'll spend like, I'm not even lying to you guys, I'll spend like an hour working on that, and then I start my workout for like another hour. So that's how I challenge myself, because I have the time for one thing, and because I want to see how far I can go, you know. If the floor gets too boring, get parallel bars, put them on the floor. If that gets too boring, get a Bosu ball and do handstands on the Bosu ball, or go to the freaking mountains and do a handstand on the mountains like I did right here. Find different parks, because not every park that you go work out in is going to be the same. So it's going to have different widths, different grips. So yeah, go to different parks and work out at different parks. And I would also suggest working out with other people. You know, other people can challenge you to better yourself. So if you have other people to work out with, that's another way to challenge yourself and not stay at a constant when it comes to your calisthenics journey. But that's it for the questions. As long as you learned something from this, that's all I care about. Let me know if this was helpful. Let me know in the comments here on my Instagram. I'll put my Instagram right here, and we can get you started on seeing what specific exercises are good for you to start with, you know, depending on your strength, how often you should do it, depending on your goals. Yeah, thank you again. I'll see you next time. Bye, Bonnie.